Okay, guys, I know this is a different style video than you're used to, but pretty much I figured I'd do a story time. Why not? Why the hell not? Also, the car videos will be coming back very soon. I'm just, going through the business growing pains right now. But pretty much let's do a story time. So, today's business tip, as you will, I'm gonna just do like a business tip slash story time, I guess you could call it. And business tip number one: business boundaries. Let's talk about business boundaries. Okay, so as you guys all know, I buy and sell vehicles. It ain't no secret. I even work on my own vehicles. No secret again. But a lot of the times I like to basically show people what they're getting into. You know what I mean? And yes, I know I got a check engine light that's for a tune-up. I'll be getting to that very soon before I sell this car, because this car is about to go up for sale. But I digress. Back to the story. So pretty much, I had this one client. He said he wanted to spend $5,000, whatever the case may be. He wanted to spend $6,000, but I told him that's unnecessary. We can do it for $5,000, or we may be able to do it for $5,000. And then I find him a vehicle that's bigger than the vehicle he asked me to find, way bigger. So he would be able to do whatever he needed to do to this vehicle. But he winds up, I takes him out there. For the money he was spending, I figured I'd take him out there, let him see it, whatever, inspect it, so he knows he's getting a good deal. He goes up to one of the employees and start basically, while I'm inspecting the other cars that I plan on buying, he's up here basically going over my head trying to figure out how he can do what I'm doing, instead of just asking me directly. So basically, business boundaries here: don't bring anybody to your actual, where you're making this money from. Don't bring anybody to where you're making money or how you're making your money, because they will always, 9 times out of 10, think they're smarter than you, and that they've been doing it longer than you. All of a sudden, just because they get into one conversation, they think they're way smarter than you. So this dude, he calls me, he's like, "Oh, I'm lying about the price, this, that, the third." And I told him straight up, if I knew you were going to go over my head and waste my time, I would have just bid on it right then and there, so you could see that I'm not lying. Somebody already got their pre-bid on that vehicle. That's not how that's how things work. They're already pre-bid. You guys know, if you've ever been to an auction or whatever, you can put down a pre-bid and basically have it set to a certain, budget. So he sends me an apology. I wish I knew I was good with the editing, because I'd post the apology. But basically, he sends me an apology stating that, he was wrong, and that the vehicle that's in question will be going up for the price that I gave him. So I'm not making a lot of money. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is more of a hobby for me. This ain't really something that I see myself doing as a full-time job. This is mainly a hobby. And yes, I'm just sitting in my vehicle, so people probably staring at me like, "Yo, what is this guy doing?" But this is a hobby. I'm not making no money. So when people think that they can, just go over my head and get it for a cheaper price, that's ridiculous. This ain't 2012, back when I started. So I've been doing this for over a decade now. This ain't 2012 when you could get a vehicle for under $1,000. No, every auction is taxed now. And they've been taxed, but the taxes is ridiculous. The prices, everybody knows about every auction now. It's hard to battle it out now. And even at the dealers' auctions, those cars are going for a lot of money. So he sends me an apology letter. So they basically stating that he still wants to work with me. But you've already shown your hand. You already shown that you're willing to try to undercut me and basically get something for nothing. So why would I ever try to do business with you, even in the future? You've already shown your hand to me. So, moral of the story, guys: never take nobody to where you're getting your product from. Always, if they're not okay with just trusting the process, don't do business with those type people, because they're just out to get something for nothing. So, just take this as a lesson. Use this, my little experience, as a learning experience, that everybody will try to shorthand you and undercut you and cut corners and then think they're smarter than you, when in reality they just played themselves. So like I said, take this lesson, because this is definitely a learning lesson for me. These are just part of I'm gonna say it's just part of doing business. Let's put it like that. If they can't trust the process, I understand people want to make sure they're getting a good vehicle, whatever. But, those type of people, just be mindful of. They're always out to undercut somebody. And if you got to be that person that they undercut, by all means, they will do it.